A very good evening to you and welcome. It's Tuesday, 9th July 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, man found dead in drainage in Ozuoba. Business owners allege extortion by task force officials in Obiakpo, Rivers State. President Tinubu orders creation of Ministry of Livestock Development. On the foreign scene, police recommend prosecution of former Brazilian president for illegal scheme. I am Constance Mega. Justice Omotoshaw's judgment, which was what they consistently the
media have led assembly, led assembly, I have Okojo led assembly. There is nothing like somebody led assembly. There is a Rivers State House of Assembly, and such administrative do not withhold the money of the assembly, do not disturb the sitting of the assembly, do not disturb this and do not disturb that. I made in favor of the Rivers State House of Assembly.
Who were the defendants in a suit filed by Edison Ehie withdrew their contention following an issue that transpired outside the court.
The call, as I said earlier, that the defendant, following something that happened outside the court, went and withdrew in implementation of what happened outside the court, went and withdrew their contention, which I'm sure would have contained this fact that these gentlemen who committed this suit are no longer members of the assembly. So all of that was not before the court, did not come before the court. The court did not evaluate whether or not they are still members. They just went ahead and granted their prayers as prayed after the other party withdrew its defense.
Meanwhile, some residents of Port Harcourt are calling on the Supreme Court and the international community to intervene and promote long-term peace in Rivers State. Well, this appeal follows a 7-day ultimatum issued to Governor Fubara by the Martin Amehule-led Assembly to present the 2024 budget to them. In an interview with our correspondent, residents called for sustainable governance amid the economic challenges.
The Christians openly spelled out that Section 9 that upon the receives just some of judgment come to
and I think it truly affects the people.
All these problems, all this is unnecessary. I think they should leave the governor to concentrate on more important issues in the state.
The international issues, they use diplomacy to see this issue. They are paying politics above the interest of the masses of this state. This is not of the government.
Well, a lawyer, Innocente. In the meantime, former Kaduna Central Senator Husani says only God of the political feud between Governor Siminalayi Fubara and his predecessor Nyesom Wike. He said Rivers State has been left in the hands of God to solve the problem. Well, as you may know, the Rivers State has come under intense political crisis since Governor Fubara assumed office, and it followed its political control state. Christ has also the general peak Vic Kojo. President Tinubu intervention you expected as the politicians of the parties continue engaging. Resident rumor candidates in Oba County, Obiakpo government of Rivers expressed shock after discovering the body of a young man Ifeanyi Uchechu in a trench in the area. The 27-year-old was with a large cut on face. The incident yesterday in front of his family house. Correspondent Kotuka, who visited the family house, gathered that he from Imo State but lived with his maternal family in Luoba. Some of his relatives who spoke to his death, they completely investigated.
I went one day, I went before the Easter, he called on him, he heard what I used for him. So If I am my brother, they don't take his life for nothing. Does not have any problem with anybody.
But Mama, what I'm trying to say is that let them do searching, look for what happened to Ifeanyi.
We will see investigating how did he die. Like when you snack for the gutter or the person kill and put for the gutter.
Well, the relatives also said the police have visited the scene and Ifeanyi in Imo State where he has been buried. Meanwhile, the police have not commented on this. Moving on, some business owners along the Eneka Link Road in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State have raised concerns over alleged task forces extorting money under the guise of revenue collectors. Well, speaking to our correspondent, the business owners revealed that they received a 7-day notices demanding payments ranging from 10,000 naira to about 30 to 40,000 naira with instructions to pay into a personal account. They called on the state government and relevant agencies to investigate the reported extortion by various associations.
They serve us notice to pay money within 7 days. Some of us, we are asked to pay 10,000, 20,000, 30, 40. Please, we need help. They don't want us to conduct our business in peace.
We have about 6 shops here, and they went to all the shops. One of them was 40,000. Not to pay the whole money. Went and they only they will not 30,000, 10,000.
Well, our correspondent cited the notice with a letterhead Government of Rivers State of Nigeria, Rivers State in Rivers dated to July 2024. Well, the notice had a subject, demand notice on management tariff sanitation fee for year 2020. His name, Precious, the appended document. He said that they received payments from the shop owners into their personal bank, then transfer the monies to the land shops, who would then remit the payments on behalf of shoppers to the state government account. However, the document asked persons to pay payments data accounts, and each would tender as proof payment to the RIRS executive chairman. Well, corroborating this, an RIRS official who spoke anonymous to our correspondent said business owners should go to any bank and ask for the details on how to make payment and not to any individual account. Elsewhere, business owners and transporters in Ibeche, Rivers State, said the increasing flood situation in the area is affecting their businesses. In an interview with our correspondent, they said their businesses are closing down due to the floods. Also, tricycle drivers in the area spoke about the effects of the failed road on their services. A correspondent who visited the area reports that commuters now trek a long distance to cross the bad spots as some parts of the road have been cut off. The residents are appealing to the Rivers State government to urgently repair the road from Chokocho-Eche to Eleme Junction.
The road has been like this for over 5 years now. The road has killed many businesses, so nothing is going on here. The road is totally bad.
The government should look into the road and work on it, construct it so that people can move to and fro.
From Buru to here, no way. Some car will go try pass, some other they don't go mechanic, go work their motor.
From Igbo to Eleme Junction, no road to cross. Everybody are using leg to cross because of the bad road.
Imagine all the way from Eleme Junction down to this very place they call Boro Pit. The road is too bad. We are suffering. Your keke is not going. You have to trek down from that place to this very place. It would be nice enough for government to do something. We are not asking them for money. We are not asking them for food. It's just to make the road to be motorable. Somebody can die here trying to look at where to put leg.
Still to come, President Tinubu orders creation of Ministry of Livestock Development. Stay tuned.
This is the news on 93 Nigeria Info.
Welcome back, and now to the rest of the news. The Nigerian chapter of the West African College of Physicians, WACP, over the weekend carried out free medical outreach in Opobo town as part of activities to kickstart its 2024 annual General and Scientific Meeting bid to be held in Port Harcourt Wednesday this week. National Chairman and College Vice President of WACP, Professor Aboy Madika, who was in Opobo to witness the medical outreach, told newsmen that the outreach is part of the organization's contribution to improving the health of people.
Corporate responsibility. We run medical outreach community as a way of giving back to community, but to also let them know what the West African College stands for and its contribution towards healthcare development in the sub-region. This year, the AJSM is holding the medical outreach is being organized here as part of that program. We are quite happy with the people of the Opobo community. To some of us, when we were children, we were in secondary school, we read about King Jaja of Opobo. We have never been to Opobo, so it is good that we are here, and we want to thank the local organizing committee in Rivers State.
On their part, the chairman of the WACP Port Harcourt 2024 Medical Outreach, Professor Hope Belgam, the Deputy Medical Director of the Rivers State University Teaching Hospital, Dr. Alila Danjombo, and the National Secretary of WACP, Dr. Taiwo Sheikh, spoke on the importance of this program to the health of the rural communities.
Part of our mandate as West African College of Physicians is to go to communities and make impacts. We talk about your spiritual health, talk about your emotional health, we talk about psychological health, but today we're emphasizing more on physical health, on medical health. We also have a table to promote the basic health insurance that is coming up in the state.
We try to give back to the community our skills, and at the same time we also want to support the community in terms of quality of life, and we raise funds to do laboratory investigations and buy medications.
We've seen a lot of very elevated blood pressures here. We've seen a lot of people with hypertension here, so it makes me happy that we're able to intervene, because it's more difficult managing the complications than manage it at this level. Not seen any diabetic among the ones, even the ones I'm dispensing their medications.
Well, some of the elderly people that attended the free medical outreach also spoke about how this program has helped them.
I feel very, very, very much happy. I am happy because the first time I saw this group like it tremendously in terms of taking care of sick ones and giving them some good medicine that is of it.
Doctor, check me. Blood sugar and check my blood. I'm sick this high and the arthritis and malaria. So I spend all that into the doctor.
When I don't know what that, so waka go buy something chop. When I go small, I go sit down nearby people. BP with the pen. Thank you. God bless it.
Well, our correspondent also reports that the WACP free medical outreach activities included tests of blood pressure, sugar level, HIV, total blood count, and genotype tests, among others. And children, women, and the elderly benefited from this. A group known as Mothers of Ogoniland has commended the strategic synergy between the Federal Ministry of Environment and the Project Coordination Office of HYPREP, saying it has brought hope for the completion and delivery of the over 130 ongoing projects in Ogoniland. President of the group, Priscilla Vikwe, made this known in a statement after a roundtable stakeholders meeting in Bori, organized by the SSA to the President on community engagement. The statement said in order to actualize the visions of the federal government through HYPREP, there is a need for the approval and establishment of the Federal University of Environment, Sakwenwa, entire local government area and its integration with the Center of Excellence for Environmental Remediation. It also called for the stabilization of the HYPREP Project Coordinator's Office and passed a vote of confidence on Professor Neni Barini Zabe. Well, it also said the accruable interest in the Ogoni Trust Fund investments since 2016 should be channeled into scholarships, personal, professional development, and research grants for Ogoni scholars. The paramount ruler of Umuoke community in Ikweremgwo, Eche local government area of Rivers State, Eze Innocent Amagbam, is calling those who bought land Egbelu, Umoke, Umopiro, Obuamuma across the Ring Road, Mbaba, Asa, or any other part of the Umoke community to come with their proof of purchase, that is deed of conveyance. They are to visit the chiefs in council of Umoke every Tuesday, Thursdays and Saturdays by 10 a.m. for proper authentication of such claims. In a statement, Eze Agbam said the call follows a recent court judgment by Justice Wardi of Okehi High Court, which he said empowers the chiefs and elders of Umoke to manage and control all Umoke land, where he said failure to comply will amount to forfeiture of such property. President Bola Tinubu has ordered the creation of the Ministry of Livestock Development. Well, the president announced this today when he inaugurated the Presidential Committee on Livestock Reforms at the Council Chamber in the State House, Abuja. The committee is to be chaired by the president, with the former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, Atahiru Jega, as the deputy chairman. The news continues after this break. Stay tuned. Jair Bolsonaro benefited from an illegal scheme to sell $1.2 million in jewelry and other luxury gifts given to his government. Well, he has denied this, calling it politically motivated. And that's the news, but before we go, let's take a look at the highlights. On the news this evening, you heard that residents of Ozuoba community in Obiakpo local government area have called for a probe after a man was found dead in a drainage. On the foreign scene, police in Brazil have recommended the prosecution of former President Bolsonaro for illegal scheme. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening.